You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
I'm Wes.
I'm amazed it's taking you that long to actually do that.
I just realized I should have done it. Probably because the first time I heard of Wes since March the other night.
Yeah, we had a really nice long conversation via text with Wes.
I was asleep. I woke up to it.
I did. We're not even. We've just broken rank.
I'm actually Joey. Sorry.
Welcome everybody to episode 85 of Minute. I'm gonna try that again. Welcome everybody to episode 85. 5 and 4 are really hard to say.
Without
80,
teeth?
Yeah, without teeth. With 85 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come along, everyone. Spend the next hour with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, a shortage of bike parts due to the coronavirus, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. It's good to see you, Joey.
Sometimes we talk about bikes. It's good to see you too.
We talk about bikes a lot.
There's a couple new members of the SIT Club, and they were talking about some on the board. I don't think they realized I was on the board, and like my background in cycling, and I don't know. And it was basically, they were trying to explain something. I was like, I'll see Brian like 6 times this week. They're like, what, you see Brian that much? I was like, yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it's definitely at least once a week.
Oh, I haven't seen you, though, in this week very much at all. Yeah, that's weird.
No, I was just saying.
Felt weird.
I didn't.
Well, before we get too far off the rails, any new Patreon or PayPal support or T-shirt sales or sticker pack sales?
Just a dime in case we get some new stimulus checks, but that's about it.
I still need to get Marcus's T-shirt. Marcus, I'm going to have that for you at the shop. It'll give me a good excuse to come.
He did call like 6 times today.
Well, I'm going
to
have it at the shop for you because you said that was okay to do, and that'll give me another excuse to come see Joey tomorrow. So that'll be good, right? That
tomorrow?
Awesome? Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll come see you tomorrow. What have you got in front of you that you're drinking over there, Joey?
The water from the sunflowers. I have a Moscow Mule.
Nice.
With a lot of lime juice. I've been into limes this summer.
Are you out of beer?
Yeah, I think I have like 2. Well, actually, that's a false statement. Okay. I have a lot of stouts and porters in this house. I probably have like 4 or 5 6-packs.
It's not that time of year.
But I'm saving them for the winter because they're all the good ones.
Yeah, and we're getting close to that winter time. We're getting close
there.
Like that late October when the air begins to get crisp during the course of the day, and that late afternoon day drinking. Because the sun goes down early. Well, that actually doesn't happen anymore until November.
Thick beers.
Yeah.
I have actually another 6-pack of that peanut butter stout some listeners sent me.
Oh, save it.
It's still in there. I have some stouts from Wilmington. My friend Dan sent me. I have some other just bought. Dennis brought me one. So they're all just stashed.
Oh,
some are still cold.
Yeah, they save.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for stout season, but I'm looking for another sour to try this week.
Have you noticed the early mornings the last week or so have been kind of crisp in the morning, like in the 60s?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they've been good. I mean,
felt good.
I was so comfortable out kayaking yesterday in the middle of the day. Yeah. Like I was wearing long sleeve pants and shirt, but it was nice.
Yeah.
They were really breathable. Could have been naked, but.
So I'm not drinking anything. I'm still kind of feeling a little. I do not have Rona, but I'm still just kind of feeling kind of drugged down and beat up. My shoulder hurts from lifting the kayak the other day, and fighting with my bikes, even though I haven't ridden them.
Maybe you need to go see the orthopedic surgeon with me.
No. Do you want me to go first?
Oh, you already started.
Oh, I've already started. Do you want me to just dive right in? Okay.
Yeah.
Joey has down here, because Joey did the show notes this week. Thank you, Joey.
Actually didn't do much considering you had to add the messages.
That's okay.
Man, look at how much you added in the after news.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just...
All right, so stuff. I copied the show notes from last week, changed some numbers, added Strava Club, this or that. Trying to do my part.
Left some of the old news in there, but that's okay.
Oh, I left the old news so we could bring it back up.
We want to bring that back up?
The gravel database?
Oh, yeah, well, we can talk about that. Yeah,
I think that's the only old news I left, right?
There's no new update on that.
No, I just want to keep emphasizing the...
okay, I got it.
I think we should talk about it every episode.
Yeah, actually...
Until we have billions and billions.
What I'll do is...
It's looking good.
That's a fantastic idea, and I've got a couple of routes to add. What I'll do is I'll highlight the new routes that I add each week. I didn't add any this week because I did a lot of work on it the week before.
I still haven't given you my route.
No, that's okay. I got a lot to put in there.
We'll do it during stout season.
Okay, so Joey did the show notes. And at the top of my section, it just says bitching about tires. And is everybody...
Man, I had an irate customer call me today bitching about tires. Actually, I called him and I thought he was mad and hung up on me.
No, let's clear the air.
It was a heat of passion.
Clear the air. I was upset with a whole bunch of other things when I talked to you on the phone today.
I just took the blunt of it.
But no, you did not. Was I?
I'm going to be dramatic about it.
I was probably a little short with you, so let me apologize.
I thought you were mean, or I thought you were mad at me.
No,
not mean to me.
No. I can't be mad at you.
I've been waiting on the tires. But
I'm mad at Rona. And I'm mad at a bunch of people out there buying up all my stuff, and I can't get what I need.
You don't want some Alibaba Continentals?
Let me walk all the way. I decided.
Oh, you had to walk if you keep getting flats.
So I decided last week to kind of take the week off. I needed to fish for tournament fishing. The weather was kind of and so I just decided, you know what? It's a good time. I'm going to take the week off. When I say took the week off, I just took the 5 days, Monday through Friday. And I was going to ride again on Saturday. And lo and behold, I come back on Saturday to find that my bikes now hate me. All of them. All of them. None of them like me anymore at all.
You need to buy a new one.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That'd teach them a lesson, wouldn't it? So I jump on the Roubaix, take the Roubaix out. And now I've had some problems with the tires. I had to put bacon in the front, and I had like a total failure on the rear tire. And a part of this is, biking in the age of Rona. I'm having to hobble together stuff. So I set an old tire. And I'm like, okay, it's got a tiny cut in it. I'm going to put a tube in there. It'll be okay. I go out like just before I did this, because this go all the way back to the week before, and it went fine. So I have no reason to think that when I get on this Roubaix on Saturday to go out that I'm going to have any issues. 2 miles, explosion comes out of the back, and it's done. The tire's half ripped to shreds. So get back to the house. Yeah, that's okay. I got another bike. I got a Roubaix. I got my Diverge. I can just jump on my Diverge. And then I'm sitting there thinking, with the weather, it's kind of wet. She's probably been on that bike to begin with. Jump on the Diverge. I head out, and I'm about, 4 miles in down on Wolgameth. So I do a lot of out and backs.
Oh, Wolgameth.
Wolgameth is off of Solars Wharf.
I dropped the H-bomb.
No, it's not.
What the heck is Wolgameth?
So it's just a little out and back about a mile off of Solars Wharf. Really nice, pretty little road. It's got a fish pond next to it.
Does it have the old Chevy truck in the woods?
Yes.
Oh, it's got a little punchy hill.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So
I've
I get down
some discreet photos on that truck.
Oh, that's a smart thing, because it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I took photos, but it'd be a good one to put you up there in a Speedo and across the hood. When I say discreet photos,
there is
GTD calendar.
There is absolutely no way that's happening. But anyway, I get down to the end where I'm going to do the turn.
Yep.
And I think at first I thought that the front wheel slipped out from under me because the pavement was wet. And I'm like, no way that's supposed to happen. I run like 50 PSI.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little, that's cushy. And it's like, no way, just a little bit of wet pavement with no... And this, I know you're going to give me a hard time. I know, but I'm just riding along. I'm JRA. I'm JRA on the turn.
Else.
The front wheel shoots out from under me at slow motion, dumps me, scrape up my knee, scrape up my elbow, but it's slow motion, so it's like no big deal. It's like whatever. You hop back up, and I look at it and I go, I don't know what happened there. I'm seeing that I didn't even think the bike was flat because I thought it was wet. So I get the bike, I straighten it up, and I get back on it and start to head off, and it's like, whoa, front tire's totally flat. It had a ripped sidewall, like a hole in the sidewall. I don't know if that came from the fall or if it came from somewhere else and it was getting soft, because I could put air back in it and it would hold it for a little bit, and then after you'd go like maybe 100, 150 feet, it was like, oh, there, it's done now. So that's second bike in one day. So I totaled 6.5 miles last week, and by design, I took a week off. And
is that English?
I took a week off.
Oh,
I took a week off. I'm excited.
You got to send the North Carolina language.
So I'm thinking no big deal. It's got a little rip in the sidewall. Shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be a problem. Let me just throw a tube in there. And I go to rip my bag open to my Diverge. I had taken all the tubes out of my Diverge put them into the speed sleeve on the Roubaix because I was worried about that tire. So there I'm with no recourse, no action. So I get the lift.
You need to pull a Herb Brooks on these.
What's a Herb Brooks?
You know, the 1980s hockey coach. Right before everything, he brought in that college hockey player from Minnesota.
Okay.
It kind of formed a bond. So, like all your current bikes, you know, they gotta
they're
gonna form a bond and like start working again. They get scared of the new bike coming in.
Yeah.
So you show up with a new bike and they're like, we better get our act together.
I don't know, but I'm sitting at the end of Wolgemuth, right?
Yeah.
And I've got the bike now. This is the second time I put air in it. It got a little ways, and then it was flat again. I was like, okay, well I'm gonna put the tube in it. So I'm sitting there, kind of like tinkering with that angle of this thing. Here comes this big dude in a big Yukon. And I'm kind of leaned against a row of mailboxes. He pulls up in front of the mailboxes, like with the grill, like facing me. Mm-hmm. And he sits there, I kid you not, for like 45 seconds or a minute while I'm tinkering with the bike. And then all of a sudden the truck moves like another 20 feet towards me. And he sits there for 10 or 15 seconds. Finally, the door opens up and he gets out and he goes, and I'm pleasant.
Can I help you?
No, never. I'm the pleasant guy. I say, hey, how you doing? He goes, look like I'm having a better day than you. And I said, yeah, this is a setback, no big deal. No big deal. And he looks at me and he says, nobody ever rides bikes down this road. And I said, well, I do. and then he doesn't check the mailbox. He gets back in his truck and drives off. Weird. I thought he was going to check his mail.
Oh, yeah. You get lost on that road. You're not coming back with that guy.
I was getting inspected. And then possibly like threatened by the old man when he pulled forward on me and then stepped out of the truck. It was weird. It was really weird.
Was it an old Yukon?
No. It was one of those big houses down by the water.
Uh-huh.
So it was like the gated driveway and all that kind of stuff, and big brand new Yukon. And here's this old guy. So, I mean, classic douchebag thing in my opinion. But so I tried to make it up today. I got up early. I took the Roubaix out, put it up on the stand, scrubbed it down, got all the old sealant off of it, found a Conti tire I think that you had given me that somebody was a takeoff that still had life in it. And I'm like, oh, let me throw this on. It doesn't have any cuts in it. It looks beautiful. Everything's great. So I cleaned the bike and I slap that together, put the tube in it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this bike out and give it a thrill. I'm going to go do a metric. Okay. At mile 58.
Is that when I called you?
Yeah. No, that's when I sent you the picture of like me with my bike upside down. Like, oh, when are new tires showing up, please? I honestly do not understand how people with tubes suffer these shoulders. It was not anything. It was on H.G. Truman. You know that section of H.G. Truman right where the J. Calvin Wood, their yard is, where they got the mulch and all that stuff back in the gravel and stuff. So I went up H.G. Truman, and I usually jump over to 4 to come back south. Mm-hmm. Well, I decided because I was like tinkering with miles that I would just backtrack. Uh-huh. So I turned around on H.G. Truman. When I came down the other side, literally there is like a whole pile of gravel on the shoulder, and here comes big giant semi next to me at the exact same time. So I thought I had picked a nice line through there, but the rear tire caught a big old hunky piece of gravel.
Chose poorly.
Just kapow, it was done. And I say kapow, but it didn't really actually do that. It just kind of like slowly lost air, ripped it all apart. Had a tube this time, so I was okay. But I'm sitting there, I'm frustrated. It's like, I just can't seem to get ahead of this. And then, I know that the tires that I want are on like infinite back order.
I'm pulling it up right now.
So they're never going to show up. They're not going to be around. And so I'm going to be forced to buy some tires that I don't want. And it's frustrating.
You didn't like it when I told you that.
No, I didn't.
I'll get you some Terravelers or something.
Yeah, because I don't want tires that I don't want.
I could get you 700 by 32s that we can make work. They'll fit in there.
I don't think they would.
I got sandpaper. Carbon's malleable. There's 3 left.
We could put like, what is it that your buddy did like with the seat stay to make the extra tire fit? Just bend it.
Well, he was drunk on and
power,
and I think he's taking like a C clamp and some other stuff.
So that's been my last week and my frustration, and I do want to apologize to you because it was never my intent. I love you deeply and dearly, and I know that it's not your fault. that all these jackhats are out there buying up all these tires going, hey, look, I got these great tires. I don't know what to do with them, but I got 8 of them now.
I know. Hoarders. You see, you're not a prepper. That's the problem.
That's exactly right.
You should be like you should have had 30 by now.
On the not to switch topics again, or switch gears to a different podcast, but my Old Town group, because people keep ranking props.
Oh, you've been telling me
they're hard to find.
Someone's hoarding them.
Yeah, though people will post a pictures like, look, I got 15 props today. Like, what do you need? You need 2.
Man, you need to buy a kayak that's not going to break that often.
Oh,
sorry. There's 25s available.
20? No, I don't want to go that.
Daddy's Fit Fine. You don't want there's 3 32s left. I'll buy you 2 of them.
No. I'll continue to hobble together.
Everyone's raving about the GP 5000s, and
so, and that's why I will be totally upset though if those things show up and I put them on the bike and in the first week I get a cut, which is what always seems to happen with my S-Works. Always.
Well.
I would get, and I think this S-Works are softer.
Mm-hmm.
And so the GPs, the 5000 should hold up a little bit better, but I'll be salty if that first week that tire cuts. I am about up to here with tires on my bikes. So anyway, we'll come up with a solution and I'll be fine and I'll be happy because I know I've gone through like 3 tubes in the last what?
Patch them?
Well, I guess no, I couldn't do the.
You got to start patching them because tubes are just as hard to get.
And that's what I'm saying, and I don't like patching tubes because they never hold up. At least mine don't. Maybe I'm just not very good. My patching technique needs a little bit. It needs a little bit to be desired. But
I've been patching tubes because we can't get tubes certain sizes.
But the one on the Roubaix actually ripped when it exploded and it shredded. So there's no patching that. And the one today, I'm not 100% sure it's got a hole in it. I'm wondering if just hitting that tire actually, I don't know.
Those tires I think are out of stock too, so don't go through the Pathfinders.
Oh yeah, I need one of those too.
Actually, the 2 I got in the 42s, I got some 38s.
They won't fit my Diverge.
I've already sold them.
They won't fit in my Diverge.
I'm going to check on that right now.
Nope.
Pathfinders tires.
I need 38s for my
I'll
Diverge.
say the 38s were out of stock. The 42s I got.
Of course.
Joe Oster bought. For his gravel bike. Let's see, Urban Adventure.
So at some point I'm going to need I need all new tires on all my bikes, and I'm probably going to have to sell my tarmac to fund it all because I never ride that bike, and that's another thing I think we're going to talk about.
They're saying late August for any 38 Pathfinders.
Late August. Well, it is almost late August, so that's only a couple
for
of
the
weeks.
tubeless ready ones.
Yeah. Well, get me in line for those. Give me like 8 of them. I'm going to start hoarding these things. I'm going to get like everybody else.
Actually, I'm going to
be like all the other yo-yos out there and buy like up the entire stock. How many can you get? 32? I'll take them. I want them all. Give them all to me. Order like all of them, Joey. 500.
I put a dozen on back order. And they'll ship when they show up.
And I'll buy them all because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of COVID. I'm tired of Corona because that's the real problem here. That's the real root of all of the bad things.
Rona?
Yes.
It's 2020. It's not Rona.
So I don't know. I want to turn. I'm done. I'm going to come down now. I'm actually going to take my headphones off.
Need some vodka?
I'm going to go outside. I'm going to walk around.
Get some walking around money.
Tell us what's going on with you, Joey. I'm going to sit over.
All right. You know how many flats I've had in the last 3 weeks?
How many?
0.
Yeah, I know.
I've had 0 bike problems because I've been riding my bike. It's great. I don't have to worry about it. I actually need to probably refresh my tubeless soon.
Yeah. I do have sealant.
Well, sealants, tubeless stuff. Like someone asked me, I think it was Ashton today. He's like, why do you have all this tubeless tape? It's like because it's getting like, I don't want to be the guy that doesn't have any, and I have bottles and bottles of sealant.
Yeah.
I was pulling tape from like DT Swiss, Muck Off, Stan's Whiskey. I usually just carry all whiskey tape.
Yeah,
but tubeless tape's almost non-existent now.
You're being really smart. You're getting ahead of it because if tubes are going to go away,
other stuff.
Yeah, everybody's going to go. Well, I'll just go.
I got
tubeless.
valves. I got sealant.
Smart man.
I'm like
you are a very smart man.
Bert and Reba McIntyre and trimmers.
Nice
prepping. Well, it'll help since we are shutting down the bike industry in October, so we can recoup all of our inventory.
What did you tell us why you weren't riding your bike?
Oh yes. Well, it still has. Actually, I need my doctor's. I never actually fully looked at it.
Yeah, I
went to the ortho surgeon yesterday. Early. I was his first appointment yet. I was like the fourth to be seen, which is kind of messed up. I told Jess I'm in the waiting room like, I'm about half the age of most of these people here, so I think he just I'm not the old grumpy guy. These people are so what I don't even actually know what I had. I'll ask the physical therapist next week, but
can I throw some stuff out? Was it a ligament issue or ligament?
Well, so dislocation of the patella, which I already knew I had.
Ooh, Casey has that. My daughter has that. That's tough.
Well, that's what happened to me in high school. That's what they declared it. Mm-hmm. And then, so basically I have fractured or bruised ligaments or something. I don't know. Jess knows. I kind of was like, yep, don't need surgery. And kind of was like, all right.
So you have the LCL, the MCL, and the ACL.
I don't know.
And you don't know which one of those it is?
I don't know.
It could be all of them.
I kind of lost track once he said I needed surgery. Okay. I do have physical therapy coming up.
But you're going to avoid surgery, right?
Yeah, hopefully. He did say, which was... So I don't know how this works, and obviously it's not bike-related, but it is bike-related because I can't ride a bike.
Yeah.
He said I had extra bone in my knee from the first injury. He said, which is great because if he needs to do surgery anytime, he has extra bone to work. How do you have extra bone?
Probably like bone spurs. When your bone is injured, it'll...
Probably why it always feels funky when I...
Yeah.
It always feels like it's going to fall off when I pop my knee.
Yeah.
My knee's been popping a lot lately.
Oh, God.
It is sore still, but basically I have to overstrengthen my knee again, which happens. So basically I was told the first time I have my knee's stronger on one side of my kneecap, my patella, and that's why it happens. So I got to strengthen both sides, which, I don't know, maybe it'll help my cycling. And that's fine. He was more concerned about my back. I don't have back problems when I ride my bike, though.
Dude,
but I get some days where, like, my back is intolerable to lay down.
Way too young to be falling apart.
That's what he said. Too. He says, we have to work on my neck and my back. I start PT Monday.
Okay.
Because that's the serious one. That's the one that could need surgery soon.
Okay.
But apparently I have fractures or some things in there. I don't know. It sounded pretty serious.
Wow.
It sounded like I should know more. Jess knows all. Okay. But we're going to try PT for a few months.
Isn't that true? Jess knows all.
Well, she went through all of it. I mean, so before we left the parking lot, she had pretty much my physical therapy appointment made for me.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
She takes care of you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's like 7 a.m, which it's funny because I was debating on my fishing time next Monday. I was like, no, I'll do physical therapy early and I'll go fishing in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I'll actually see about my bike riding next Monday from the physical therapist.
Okay.
So that's why I haven't been getting flats or anything. I'm not riding my bike.
You're lucky.
I am getting itchy. Like, I really want to hop back on and just ride my Sequoia for the fall with some slicks from 38s.
I think it could be good for you. Talk to them.
Yeah, I think I'm going to throw some flats on there and maybe cruise to work. And just, to ride around Solomon's from here, that's like 10-mile loop.
Just a little rotation and keeping it real low in the zone. It could be good for you. But wait to see what they say.
Well, yeah, so I'm waiting on Monday.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
Maybe it's I have to start Zwifting for short periods of time.
Yeah, that's a good.
I consider it like an exercise bike.
Yeah. When I did that crazy 2,000 mile month on Zwift, I mean it was all low and slow. Just
I need to go low and slow.
Zone 1, Zone 2, and
that way I can actually ride in Pennsylvania this fall.
And that drops weight.
Yeah, I got a lot to lose. But yeah, that's my medical update. So I said, I basically when he said no surgery and stuff, I was like, I was kind of not zoned out, but I was more relieved because my heart rate was racing because of that.
I think we could probably find somebody in the GTD community that pretends to be a doctor that could probably give you a better diagnosis.
They probably play one on the internet or on the TV or whatever. I mean, Donald Trump plays a president on TV. That's what Dave always tells me. That wasn't political. That was just a joke.
That was a joke.
No, I am getting itchy. I did tell you yesterday. I was like, I like that on my free time now as I'm just going fishing.
Yeah,
but that's because of Rona in a bike shop.
But you're pedaling the kayak.
Yeah,
so
I don't have many issues doing that.
Yeah, there's not much resistance. You don't have to go up a hill.
No, just up the wind.
Yeah,
I covered a lot of water yesterday too, but I don't really have much. The typical because I haven't been riding. I've been working on everyone's bikes.
Got any weird repairs?
See, I feel like sometimes I have I have weird repairs. I just have weird customers. Let's say not repairs. Like I have the weirdest people calling me. It's I had like 30 phone calls today, like in a row. I didn't have anyone local call me. It's like, hey man, you got the roll, you got the rock. I was like, no. I was like, stop calling shops. No one's sending you this bike. Like, I just need to make a nationwide speech on YouTube.
So they want protocol. You to like. They're calling from like Indiana.
Everyone calls. They want some guy from Mexico the other day. Like, here's so and so patching through. I was like,
how bizarre is that?
Let them know. It's getting so annoying,
and especially during the month of October because it's all shutting down.
Yeah, we're all shutting down. Don't call me in October.
Yeah, don't call any bike shop in October. They're all taking the month off.
We did get like 5 or 6 bikes today. I'm trading a lady. She never rode it. She bought a Journeyman like 3 months ago and decided like right after she didn't want a drop bar bike, but she basically bought it because it's the only bike available from us. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I was like, don't ride it, maybe ride around the neighborhood. And she's like, called the other. She's like, yeah, I haven't actually touched it. And I'm trading her a flat bar Cirrus. So I get another Journeyman back in the store.
Yeah, nice.
And we do have a Journeyman. I think I talked about that last time. And a flat bar Journeyman. So I got 2. I got a drop bar, flat bar, and I'll have another drop bar.
Okay.
I think that's about it. Yeah, no weird repairs. I had someone call today that was, had an emergency,
Like he was on the side of the road,
trying to
bitching about tires.
Was about to leave somewhere tomorrow. I was like, "Well, my problem. Your problem's not my problem, buddy."
Did you tell him that?
No, I wanted to. I'm really close to just snapping. I was like, "Well, that's not my problem. Like, I'm 40 deep or whatever. Today." It's like, yeah, but it's me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hey, we got a voicemail. You want to go to listen to the voicemail?
Yeah, I say that way I don't say something stupid.
Let's listen to the voicemail. You got to wait for you to get your headphones on. Okay, you ready? Here we go. I want to make sure we got good volume. Okay, there we go.
Well, hello, this is Brian Nelson from Valparaiso, Indiana. Love you guys' show. I just got a new bike in my stable. Happy about it and also kind of disappointed about it. I got a new Salsa Cutthroat, the Apex one, which is totally wicked compared to my AWOL.
How did you get that?
Totally different machine. I got it home, rode 10 miles, then did a big 70-miler with my buddy, and I noticed maybe halfway through it, when I got to the low end of the gearing on the cassette and the high end, he was willing to jump on me. Then I commuted to work, came home, put it on my work stand, was going through the gearing and noticed there was a domed nut missing to hold the derailleur hanger to the frame. And so instantly I called Salsa, and they said that was a problem on the bear greases and the cutthroats. So the straight axle goes all the way through, threads into the derailleur hanger. So it was just threaded into the derailleur hanger while I rode this whole time. And I had it checked out by a mechanic, and they said it was all good. But for anybody else out there who has that, beware of that. And they told me it wasn't spec'd right at the factory or Loctited possibly. And I'd like to know your guys' reviews, what you guys think and others think about the Salsa Cutthroat. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for that. That's I'm curious to hear Joey's take on that because he's the mechanic in the house.
I only play a mechanic on TV. Actually, I did notice. I've been paying attention to that a lot more recently, and I don't know why. And that's popped in my head. I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
You've seen it?
No.
Oh, but you've heard.
But I was looking at recently about how that system works because I had one in today. Actually, Michael, who called last week about the gravel, I forgot to tell him I was the GTD guy. I want to be like, I'll sign your baby.
Nobody asked Joey to sign a baby, please.
Well, because I got his bike that he just got from Sam. I gotta show you Sam Prestige's his bike. Long story. and another one. Well, Marcus has a cut thread. I don't know. I've just been paying attention to all those.
Okay.
Because we were putting a Robert Axle project into Sam's recently. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like this whole system is a little funky. So I was playing around with it. But yes, I mean, as long as Salsa's aware and they have a fix, I haven't had any issues yet. We've been going through a lot of Salsas.
I actually had a really hard time following what happened there. Can you maybe explain to me, like with visuals with your fingers and
so the hanger has two pieces that works as part of, and I actually like this way more than what Specialized does.
Okay,
is the hanger is part of a system where the threads go through
the hanger.
Yes,
the actual threads go through the hanger.
If you look through all your Specialized and
yeah.
I don't think
it's threaded into the frame.
My All City's not this way either, but it's threaded into the frame. You ding up one of those threads.
Yeah,
I've had to like very carefully clean out a thread on a through axle because your frame could be compromised.
Oh,
so like my All City's part of the hanger. The Salsas are part of the hanger. And I did notice with Sam's, if you didn't have an interface, if you didn't have it all set up right, the shifting was all over.
Okay. Okay. Now that explains it to me. So,
it's a smarter move.
The axle's threaded into the hanger as opposed to being threaded into the frame.
I do want everyone to realize that. I think Salsa was smart for that.
Okay. So what happened was, explain to me what's your take on what happened here.
I don't know exactly what happened.
There was a domed nut missing to hold the derailleur hanger to the frame.
I'll have to show you.
Oh, okay. No, I follow. There was a nut that was needed to hold the derailleur hanger. So actually, the only thing holding the derailleur hanger,
it was probably only half of that, not the whole piece.
Right. Yeah. It was just the axle holding the derailleur hanger. The derailleur hanger wasn't otherwise independently secured to the frame.
You can booger it up.
Okay. So that makes sense. Okay.
I do like the system now.
Okay.
Because it allows you to do stuff in the future.
That's what I couldn't quite follow. Was he was talking about how it didn't have Loctite, and I was like, well, you wouldn't want to Loctite a through axle. But he's talking
actually not a full, not like a
maybe a dab.
What I would actually say works really well is nail polish on I wouldn't say Loctite.
Okay.
I used to do like clear nail polish on my threads. I do them on water bottle cage bolts too.
Okay.
But then like the other bolts, like my stem stuff, I actually use Loctite.
That's a great tech tip right there.
Just a tip.
Just out of the blue tech tip.
But like other parts of the bike use blue Loctite. Make sure you let the Loctite cure before you put it in. A lot of people put it in wet.
So what I was thinking he was talking about was that nut, the piece that was supposed to be holding the derailleur hanger wasn't there.
Correct.
And that should be Loctite. Should have Loctite and torque to a specific.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I'm following.
I do put the nail polish on the threads because sometimes it just keeps it from wiggling out or like some through axles, depending on what you're riding a lot, they can slowly vibrate. As they vibrate, they can kind of back off a little bit. If you put nail polish on the threads of the through axle,
it
just keeps it in place.
I'm going to put on my tour leader hat here for a minute.
Yeah.
I love the
water nail polish?
No, I love the water bottle bolts that back out and start to rattle.
Yeah, just use nail polish.
I want them to back out and rattle. Because it's like a super easy fix that the user can never figure out where it's coming from.
Or it's a little lock nut on the Presto valve on the wheel.
Yeah. So you look like a freaking genius because you just fixed the problem. The rattling goes away.
Hold on, let me reach in my pocket. And then you pull out some like hyper green nail polish.
That ups the tip money, buddy. You fixed a problem that was annoying. And
what I'll do is I'll check over the bikes. No one will know who I am, and I'll set you up good. Maybe in 2022 when tours are back.
Yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen. Jeez Louise.
I had a customer, he might come in this weekend and he's looking at, he was looking between like a cutthroat and like a checkpoint or diverge, which, I mean, those are pretty, I did explain, and we had a long conversation how they were kind of far off from each other. Like, I was like, I would compare the Warbird and the diverge and the checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, cutthroat's a beast.
Yeah.
Like it's the one, it's definitely probably a little bit slower in areas and then way better in certain areas.
The diverge, I can go out and take that and whip it around on the road on the hardtop.
Oh yeah.
Not a cutthroat.
You can't, it's going to bog you down a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even in the new diverge, which is a little bit,
But if you're doing gravel, like something like the Divide or something.
Oh yeah. Well, he brought up C&O and stuff like that. He didn't say Divide, but he did bring up like Moco Epic stuff like that where there's single track, and it was like for the couple areas it's great.
So I think the way to think about it is, and this is just coming from a layman, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, it's the cutthroat leans to the mountain bike side of the house.
It's a drop bar mountain bike.
Yeah. And then something like the Reverge leans to the road side, but they're both going to perform well in gravel.
Well, I mean, Marcus rides his on the road to the trail to ride the trail, like full single track, and then rides home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely one of the things where it's good in areas and you can use it everywhere else. It's just a little bit extra. I think it's an awesome bike. I still want one.
Oh, it's an amazing bike.
Because otherwise, everything else is close to my Sequoia. Yeah. It might be prettier and lighter, but
maybe that's what I need to do. I'll get me a Cutthroat. They're available, right?
I ordered that 56 thinking, actually some are. I ordered that 56 thinking you were going to buy it.
You got a 56 Cutthroat?
No, the one Marcus bought.
Oh, you didn't tell me it was there for me.
It's been there for years.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. We didn't have it that long.
I don't know what's going on until you tell me, and I don't ever. I see you like.
I was like, this is a good tour leader bike.
No, not a Cutthroat. The Diverge is my perfect bike. It is the like I said, and it's got the ding on the top now.
You got the ding. You got that over with.
Yeah,
Are you glad I did that for you while you weren't looking?
Done with it. I'm gonna actually get a hammer out and tap the other side to get a matching ding, make it matchy because we got to be matchy.
But
no, I do. That's a perfect bike. So I'm all about that.
Cutthroat's pretty cool. Though.
I got to get new tires on it. Pathfinders, which
you might not get those. I'll rent you. I got 42 Pathfinders.
Killing me.
Real bikes fit 42s, Brian.
That would actually be a great side business right now in the age of Rona. Renting bike parts.
Yeah.
And if
I got
break
two perfectly good bikes.
You break it, you bought it. We got in addition to our voicemail. Hey, thank you, Brian. That was a fantastic voicemail. I hope you really enjoyed that bike. You got a good one there. So I think,
I don't know how you got it.
Yeah, Joe's in there.
Who'd you kill?
We're reading, when the voicemail is playing, Joe's in there. How do you get that? So enjoy that bike. Yeah, we love that bike. I think you will too. Weird on, it sounds like a glitch with salsa and something that they know about. But glad that you picked up on it. I guess it's kind of obvious when you're shifting and it doesn't want to shift right. That's kind of a no-brainer, but I mean, how does I'm gonna be honest with you, Joey? How does a shop push that bike out?
I don't know. I feel like
you would have caught that.
We should have, but with
I don't know.
With stuff being
not going to berate
extremely busy, some stuff just slips through.
True that.
I'm not gonna lie, stuff slips through here and there.
True that.
You could just get pulled away for a second and forget.
Yeah,
with a customer
on a checklist.
Someone calls about a freaking rock hopper and you forget.
So anyway, we got a email to Matthew Riding Pastor. We've heard from Matthew in the past. Love that he's listening and got past our West dropping profanity all the time. Thank you for sticking around with us, Matthew. He sent a message, said, love the gravel routes, need more North Carolina routes. Absolutely. But I would like to see about checking some of these out. So honestly, hey, Matthew, if you go out and ride some of the routes, and it's for anybody, if you go out and ride a route, I want to have reviews too. So you can go to the website, you can comment on it, and and say, hey, I rode this route this past weekend.
Maybe there's a washed out bridge now here and there because
it's going on in Pennsylvania right now. So, that would be awesome. Definitely, if you do that, please, Matthew, toss us some photos and some thoughts and some comments, and anybody else that happens to jump on the GTD Gravel database and rides a route. Let us know what you thought. Hey,
new segment.
We're gonna get serious now.
Can we call this a new segment and have something every week?
Sure.
TED Talk.
We're gonna have a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what a TED Talk is. And it gets real geeky.
Oh, this gets geeky.
And they get real in-depth.
Someone shouldn't have this much time to do something like this. Or this much creativity.
So, in this TED Talk, our good friend Skinny Ted talks socks and colors with everybody. I actually wish we would have had him on to actually run through this, but I think it's going to be more fun
about that.
You want me to just read through his analysis, or do you want me to read a paragraph and then we can kind of react? How do you want to do this? Do you want to comment? If you have something to say as I'm reading through.
All I'm saying is I was right.
Yeah, I'm going to give you props. I got props for you, buddy. I got props because I did the same thing. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
You did.
So it said, all right, Brian and Joey, as a man never intimidated by controversy. He's one of the most creative people I think I know. I mean, this walkthrough is ridiculously creative. As a man never intimidated by controversy and also a bit neurotic about color, the great sock matchy-matchy debate of 2020 can go on no longer. And he's got photos that Joey's going to put up on Instagram. He says, in this corner, the Ridge Supply Skyline Fire, my sock of choice for a very long time. Okay. Long considered the ideal match to the impeccable GTD jersey, its bright hues have long been believed to be the pinnacle of the matchy-matchy game. And that I held that view, Joey. You know that. I held that view. I did hold that view. In this corner, the Ridge Supply Finisher-ish. It was the sock that was the finisher sock for the 2020 Croatan Buck 50, 150 distance.
Hey, I got him.
Distributed as a consolation prize to the heartbreak of cancellation, the more subtle hues of this contender don't bring the flash, but earthen tones hearken to the dirt we call home. That's poetic right there. It's poetry.
I don't know what's more creative, this or his song.
This is in my book. And he brought something new to the mix. And in this corner, because for some reason our ring is like a weird triangle thing, the hand-up VHS, this dark horse, a hipster callback to the boxy video ribbons of our youth and Brian's late 20s. Sports bands of color, strikingly similar to the prize. As a man of science, I've employed my trusty objective. I don't even know, this is a big word. Spectrophotometer. That's a thing, I'm guessing. I don't know.
That's someone with a graphic design degree. Only come up with that.
I've employed my trusty objective spectrophotometer to sample the four most similar areas of color on each garment. A test I call the 4 horsemen of the sockalypse. This is brilliant, man. This is brilliant. I then average the delta E, how us color dorks quantify matchy-matchy and determine the winner. See the results below. All in all, they are awesome riding companions and better than beat-ass white fishing socks. Welcome to my world, Ted.
There's some nasty-ass Sarah socks.
Hashtag ColorDork, hashtag love you bye. So if you want to see all of this, and we're going to talk about what the results were because he actually put the results in the photo. But if you want to see this for yourself, you can head over to Facebook and join the GTD Grodies Facebook group. Anyone can join. We are not picky. And I think, Joe, you're going to put them up on Instagram too.
I need to,
yep. So... And hands down, the winner was the hand-up VHS sock. It really does match almost perfectly. And for a long time, Joey, and I'm going to give you full props here, I was a Ridge Supply Skyline Fire believer. I thought that sock could not do any better to match the GTD Sunset jersey.
We all make mistakes.
Okay? But... I saw what Ted did when he laid them all out together. And that Ridge Supply finisher-ish, hands down over the Skyline Fire. In fact, on my ride today, what did I sport?
The Ridge Supply finishers.
Yes, sir, I did with my GTD jersey and my new kicks.
But the BHS one looks really good with GTD.
Yes.
Oh, that one technically won.
It did. Oh, yeah. And so today, in talking to Ted, and you may or may not have seen this because I know you're not on Facebook a lot.
No. What actually won?
I think the VHS did.
What?
Wait.
How does this work? The last one, the average Delta E2000, is it better to have a higher number or a lower number?
Lower number. So the Skyline
doubled one.
The Skyline Fire was way off the hook. And then the finisher was way up there with it, and then the hand up was hands down the winner. So today I'm talking to Ted on Facebook, and I say, Ted, I need a link for this, please. Please send me this link. And with my track record in the time of Rona, what do you think is going to happen when I click on that link for the VHS?
Probably going to get spammed. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I was worried that they were not going to be there.
No, they weren't there, were they?
Nope, they're there.
Oh.
And I have pairs coming for all of us.
Oh, is that what you...
Yes.
Oh, man,
I told Joey that I've got a present coming for you. I bought a whole bunch of socks to match the GTD Sunset jersey, and a pair is coming your way, Joey. I'm not gonna keep you in suspense any longer.
I know that's why I do hate ordering stuff because of that.
I felt bad because I sensed that you were upset with me, and I thought
upset with you.
I need to make things right with Joey because I got to show him how much I love him and profess my love for him even when Jessica won't. So the hand up. Would you like me to make a PT appointment for you, Joey?
If you want to go with me next Monday at 7 a.m.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on that. So I've got some of the VHS socks coming our way in a lovely pair for you.
Can we ask why Ted has a grenade in the picture above his socks? Because that's what that little thing looks like. Some like 2020 grenade.
I'm guessing that is the Spectro thing. I bet.
Is that like the thing you get at the beach and you take your picture and you put it through? That's what it looks like too.
It actually looks like a what are they, the improvised explosive IED?
Anything could be an IED
because it's got like the little button on top and it's got like a weird shape underneath of it. And did you meet Ted? Did you mean for that to be in the photo? I mean, were you
maybe that's like you unscrew that ruler thing. Let me look at these colors. They all look good. They're all made by Defeat in the long run.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So Defeat's
Yeah.
Well,
I today before my ride, because it's very seldom that everything in my house was clean. So my finisher-ish socks were clean, and my Skyline Fire socks were clean because they're my only two socks that I now wear because my sock game is so bad that those are the ones for me. So I did. I laid them out on the bed. I laid everything out, and I took a long, hard look. I opened up the windows. I got a lot of natural light in the house. It's like an oven, like an easy bake oven up in there. And so there it is. I'm looking at it, and Joey, you're hands down between the finisher-ish and the Skyline Fire. No, between those two, set aside the actual winner.
Yeah.
Between the finisher-ish and the Skyline Fire, buddy, you were on point.
They look good. I wear them to work a lot.
You were on point.
I'm in a sock pandemic too. I have yet to buy my clothespins. I'm trying to match
safety
sock.
pins.
I have so many ridge supplies too I need to put together.
Well, they should be pretty easy to match when they come out of the wash. Unless they
I have socks all over this house, it seems like. I have a huge sock tub.
So
creativity.
That is
finest.
The 2020 Sockalypse. Sockalypse. I love the 4 horsemen of the Sockalypse. Thank you, Ted. What a fantastic analysis. I'll say it again. One of the literally most creative people I think I know in my world. So, one thing we are going to run out of time on this week because I wanted to get to that. Sorry, Travis. We were going to talk about my first aid kit, but we're going to do that next week.
Some duct tape, ibuprofen,
and
Pepto-Bismol.
Crazy glue. And you got it, vitamin I, that's it. So I got a tech tip, Joey.
Yeah.
A layman's.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
No, not a question. I want to hear what your dummy unit is.
So I have a Park Tool dummy hub.
For through axle?
No. So what I do, I have it for it's the dummy hub.
Yeah.
But I take the spindle off. And then I put the through axle back on with the rotate, the ring
like
around
3
it.
in that closet right there.
Yeah. So putting that together, it basically you no longer need the dummy hub part.
Yeah.
You just need the spinny thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call it the spinny thing. I'm gonna get real technical. It's actually I think Park Tool number ST for spinny thing. So no, it's not. It's probably DH for dummy hub. So Joey's going to get one out of his closet, which is right here next to me. So have you got? Oh, you've got this. That's actually a great idea. He put his in an eyeglass case. Yeah,
provided by Costa.
So if you just unscrew the black nut off the end,
yep,
and just slide the spinning part off, you can actually thread.
Does that fit over a 12 millimeter through axle?
Fits over perfectly.
They probably did that. That's something.
Perfectly, I might add. So get yourself a dummy hub, and if you don't have through axle, well, with the dummy hub, you can now, use the quick release and clamp that.
As a professional bike mechanic, you thought I would have known.
It's a little hidden gem.
United States cycling race mechanic. You thought I would have known.
It's a little hidden gem.
In fact, Brian's over here.
I don't even put them together anymore. I just throw them in I've still got them in the little cardboard tube that they came in, And, because I do still have some quick release bikes laying around.
The tarmac that you're about to sell.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the tarmac's going to be king when group ride season comes.
Think so?
Maybe I think we get dialed in.
You know what? I don't want to be that close to somebody when group riding starts.
I just feel bad because you bought it from me.
No, we got a plan for that. We're going to sell it for more. We're going to split the difference.
I don't want to split the difference.
No, I'm talking about selling that. That's a future conversation. So,
all right. So we're looking for a good tarmac.
There's my tech tip of the week. Get yourself a dummy hub, because the dummy hub works for the quick release.
You taught the dummy a new lesson.
But you can also thread that spinny thing over top of a quick release, or a through axle, and lock it in so you can. But if you're waxing your chain, then you probably don't really need it because you're taking the chain off to handle it. But my Roubaix, I'm still putting lube on. So today when I cleaned it all up, I
keep telling you to bring over your crock pot.
You know what? I almost did tonight, and then I ran out because I was working on.
Do some mac and cheese in it first, then some wax.
So let's look at Strava Club. What's going on in the world of Strava?
All right. So I picked 3 random numbers. The second one I didn't pick on purpose. It's just one of my favorites. But we do have Matt Eggleton from Alexandria, Virginia, with 223.1.
Big miles.
Then we got Mike Krieder from
Lititz.
Is that really it? I mean, I didn't.
Lititz. L-I-T-T.
Let it snow.
L-I-T-I-T-Z. Lititz. But Lititz,
Pennsylvania, with 144.4. Then we had Chris Rambo. From Lewis, Delaware, with 175.4. I wonder if he knows Flirtatious Frankie. Maybe they ride together.
If you're a rider in Lewis, Delaware, and you're putting up those kind of miles, you probably know Frankie, because there's only like 20 people in Delaware, right? That's the way it works. And there's like 18 of them that they fish, and there's only 2 people that ride the bike. So therefore, Chris and Frankie are fast friends. I know it. I know they've got to know each other. So,
man, I would just think of John Rambo. Do you remember Parks and Recs when Andy destroys the TV during the election? So he's like doing this. He's remaking movies like himself, and he does like Babe and then Roadhouse, and he does John Rambo.
Does he?
It's awesome.
I need to go back and watch that on Netflix. I told you I'm in the middle of Norseman.
What?
You see Norseman on Netflix? So it's like,
is that because of teeth, or is it called Norseman?
Norseman.
Okay.
Because it's a Viking thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're telling me about the Vikings.
So take the TV show The Vikings, and then half it, make it a half hour long, and make it a sitcom. And it's golden. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's probably not everybody's cup of mead.
I've never really been in the Viking stuff.
You missed my joke. It's not everybody's cup of mead, because the Vikings drink mead.
Oh yeah, I do love mead.
It is actually quite funny. It's a lot of fun. So
you want to know a tech tip on TV nowadays?
Ooh.
I realized on Hulu. I do have Hulu. I mean, I got a student plan the other day. I got like Hulu, HBO, or something, and Spotify for $5.
Score, because Jess is a teacher.
No, I'm
and you're a student.
Student at a college.
Nice.
She
could probably keep that as a teacher too, though.
I'd have to verify my transcript or something.
Yeah.
I had to go through and look me. Anyway, I found the other night, like I was wanting to watch Seinfeld, and like Hulu has it broken down into so many different categories. Like Seinfeld, like they have the top 10 like Hulu Seinfeld. They have everything. So like the best 10 they've ever made of Seinfeld and stuff. It was
that's great.
It was awesome because there's not a bad episode in that.
Yeah, and it's also like if you
were all the funny ones.
If you were a Seinfeld fan, you don't need to watch the whole 10,000 seasons.
I've seen them all multiple times.
Yeah. So to get the top 10, that's awesome.
They had like all the good ones. Like Serenity Now was last night. There was the
that's fantastic.
I'm having a whole brain fart because I'm trying to think of them all.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah. Anyway, it was really cool if you go hit the options for like shows on Spotify or Hulu like that.
So I've got Hulu
it's
on my...
totally all broken down.
You need to... have you watched Letterkenny yet?
I've already seen that, yeah.
Oh, you've already seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wes never saw it.
Wes was the one that... Because Wes is,
How are you now?
Oh,
everyone knows the Letterkenny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I just couldn't stand Community after like 3 episodes.
Yeah, I can see where that's an acquired taste.
I tried.
You have to kind of go deep with it. Anyway.
Well, I got that long rant about.
What did people need to break into the top 100?
You needed 130. It's slowly decreasing. Maybe all these people are getting tired.
Having to go back to work.
Yeah, having to go back to work. I don't know. We went up to 613 from 612.
All right.
And if you're the 630th member, Brian will buy you socks. Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
No, but I'll
/ Brian will not buy you socks.
No, I will actually. Okay,
if we hit 1,000.
if we hit, I would do that.
You get the GTD prize pack.
You threw it out there. 630 gets an either really tiny GTD T-shirt or a really giant GTD T-shirt. So I would actually do that. That's fine.
We got some Taco Tuesday oriented. Even though it's Thursday.
Well, it's Thursday when
we're talking Thursday. Today's Tuesday.
But today's Tuesday. You know what
that's the day Stuart's father left.
You know what I really miss?
Wes?
Well, I do, especially after talking to him this week. We had a text. He
didn't respond back to my text.
No.
I was like, all right, buddy.
Mo Mondays.
I asked Jess yesterday. I was like, you want to go to Mo Monday with me? She's like, no, it's not there.
I do. I miss.
Well, why don't we go to Annapolis one Monday? Maybe we should ride the B&A trail.
I could do that. I'd be down for that.
Let's go fishing.
Or something, something to incorporate on Mo Monday. Somewhere, in some way, some shape, some form.
There's no Mo's on the Eastern Shore. We've been talking about going to the Eastern Shore for a while. Actually, no.
We could come back to Annapolis.
I'm thinking about going to Gunpowder Monday after my physical therapy. You want to
go? Yeah, because KBF tournament ends on Friday.
Oh, yeah, let's go twilight fishing.
And I'm already, we're going to talk about that on this. I'm done tournament fishing for August. I've got what I got.
We should do the perfect place to do the GTD, fishing, bike riding thing. It's because of Gunpowder.
Yeah, because it runs right along NCR.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do that.
Not this time, but we'll do it in the fall.
Well, we could practice.
We could.
I'll throw my rack on my Diverge, put a rod holder on
I got a new 4-piece rod I'm starting to build.
There you go. Let's do it.
So we'll get the kid out here with us.
It's a Mexican food themed this or that because of Taco Tuesday. And I want to give credit where credit is due. I read through these 4. They're fantastic. Easy. They're quick and easy. They're beautiful. We're probably going to have a little bit.
Because we're going to go in depth on them.
Oh, yeah. And Jess did them. Jess put them together. Hey, everybody, if you want to hear Jess again, send some love and asking for Jess. She's been a little shy the last couple weeks, and I really want to get her back on the podcast because I do enjoy her perspective, and I miss her. I miss her being on here. So send a little Jess love.
She's probably just upstairs on Instagram right now.
So, first up on this or that, queso or guac, Joey?
Ooh. See, and they're easy. They're like, it's either this or this. It's not like a long drawn out thing, and it depends on the application. I believe I make some of the best guacamole that I've eaten. I've perfected my recipe, and I'll have to make it next week.
Oh, yeah, I'd love that.
I love making guacamole. I even got a mortar pestle thing. I get real into it.
Nice.
It's all about blending stuff in the right way. Anyone could just cut up crap and throw it in a bowl.
Yeah.
Being that I am somewhat lactose intolerant, queso hits me the wrong way. But I do love
basically liquid cheese.
It is liquid cheese. I love Mo's queso. I hate Chipotle's queso. Salsa's has good queso too.
So
not the jar queso.
Well, which way queso. You're going to guac?
I'm probably going guac because guac is good with. I was eating cucumbers and guac at my in-laws. That was good. Guac is everything.
I dip my finger in guacamole and just lick it off.
Yeah. I love guacamole.
Here's my take on this one. Queso, you can't mess up. Guacamole.
Chipotle messed up queso.
Well, I've never had their queso because they do guacamole right. So why would I
their
get
guacamole
queso?
is amazing.
Yeah, but sometimes you go to these places and it's like, I'd like the guacamole. And it's just like out of a plastic thing. They cut the corner off and they squeezed it out. And it's like, you're phoning it in there with that stuff.
I mean, I did watch the lady. Chipotle always makes guac on the site. I was watching her do it the other day.
Yep. So I would go with guac, but I'm going to give you one shot to prove to me that you got good guac.
Yeah.
And then if it's bad guac, I'm probably going to go right straight back to the queso. I'm over here cramping up. Can you see? I'm like,
is that what you're doing?
I'm squirming in my chair.
Oh, my back hurts right now, but that's because I'm old.
So I think we both landed on guac. Yeah, let's be matchy, like the sake. You're okay.
No, I'm a
medium or spicy salsa.
Ooh. So lately I have been getting just the hot stuff at Chipotle. I like spice.
Okay.
I like, if I'm going to make salsa, I'm going to make it spicy. I'm going to try to make a spicy guac.
Mm.
But the spicy stuff the other day at Chipotle had me up at like 1 a.m. Did not go well. Doesn't mean I won't get it next time. Because I'm usually adding stuff when I get home, like sriracha. I have this like blue agave sriracha. I just sound like a hipster when I said that. I like spice.
Okay.
I mean, there's too much at some point in time, but
okay. This is the same thing. We're almost on the exact same page.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would
you
go
can
with
have too much.
spicy, but sometimes it's like they go nuts, and it's like I can't eat it.
Oh,
you can't eat it.
you had the Diablo.
No, I'm not having anything named Diablo.
Oh my god. The Diablo at Salsas in Lusby?
No, I'm not having
that was meant for the devil.
I'm not.
I mean, I assume that's why it's called it. I got it. So you get the street tacos at Salsas. You know, little street tacos, and I got the street tacos, carne asada, La Diabla, whatever. Oh my god, I have never been into a restaurant or an establishment and had something that hot.
Yeah.
I ate 2 of the 4 tacos.
No.
So it's one of the things because I think they drenched it in it. I usually ask
too much.
Yeah, I usually
Just
ask for it on the side.
Yeah.
And they give me like a bowl, and I usually drizzle a little bit of it.
Or you can dip.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's good. It's small doses because salsas used to have a really good, or Moe's had a really good spicy salsa. But if I'm making salsa at home, I'm making it spicy too, as long as Jess is not eating it.
So I think we're kind of on the same page with spicy. A little bit of spicy is better.
Yeah.
But you go too crazy, and it's the same thing. I'm going to try your spicy salsa, but you go too. But there's no consistency in that. It's all about whoever's making it in the back.
I know it's not like
so.
Chipotle is a horrible example when we're talking about Mexican food.
Yeah.
But as far as consistency, like when I'm going out to get a burrito or taco or something, I feel like Chipotle is consistent no matter what.
Yeah.
You can go to any Chipotle.
Yeah, and get the same thing.
And and they're making it there too, which is great.
So let's. I want to do a 2A on the issue of salsa. So like jarred salsa at the grocery store or the fresh pico salsa that you get in the refrigerated section.
I don't know. I don't like both of those.
Really? I know. I like the pico with the cilantro and the onions.
I like
and
it.
It's fresh salsa. I cannot stand the like runny red.
Like you get at the
like
places.
Like chili.
Occasionally, I would take
the
stuff that's in the little plastic thing you're talking about and put it in the blender and just chop it up a little bit more.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. But I actually like it just like that. I like it.
I mean, I'll eat it like that.
It's probably the fresh cilantro and the onion that gets it for
cilantro.
me. Yeah.
You know, if you ask for cilantro at Chipotle, you go back to Chipotle. That's not even like a Mexican, like a full. I have it every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I like just making salsa.
It sounds like neither one of those float your boat. Okay. Next item, number 3. A bowl or a burrito?
I like putting all my stuff in a bowl, no matter what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just blended in all the flavors. I feel like burritos always fall apart.
So I'm gonna
mainly like a taco shell instead.
If I go to Chipotle, it's all about the bowl.
Yeah.
The only place that I would ever do the burrito is Moe's. And I don't know why, because they just seem to
do bowls
it right.
too.
Yeah, but I would never go there. I saw that Wes did the burrito or the bowl, and he tried to influence us to go to the bowl, and I didn't want to go to the bowl.
I think we did bowl and burrito because probably Chipotle on the mind. But if I'm going to a Mexican place, I mean the way they do the burritos, they're not the burritos obviously you're gonna pick up.
Yeah,
they're smothered in queso and mole and.
You have to cut
I would
it.
love to take a bath in that thing.
You have to cut it. You cut it.
Oh, it's so good.
You know what I do with the bowls at Chipotle? You get the to-go container on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you get a really good person behind the counter, they put the guacamole on
under the cheese,
and then put the cheese on top,
so it doesn't stick on top.
Well, but what I'll do is you put that top on it and you shake it.
Oh yeah,
you shake it up.
I realized in my my studies that. Depends on which order you ask it for. At least in St. Mary's. If I ask for cheese and guac, they put on. If I ask for guac then cheese, they put the cheese on top, and then you'll get guac sticking on top. This okay over there?
Yeah, my leg where I a little bit of road rash started bleeding, and I don't want to bleed all over your kitchen.
You should. That's why you shave your legs. Do you need a paper towel?
No, it seems like it slowed down. I'm good. You can sit back down. So you were right. You were absolutely spot on that we're going to go way deep with all of this stuff. I would take the bowl and shake it up. But also, did you know that if Chipotle's could be Chipotle hack time is instead
of tortilla.
You can get a tortilla, but if you ask them to deconstruct things and give it to you in the little things, you get more stuff.
Oh, you're one of those guys?
To go. If you get it to go and say, no, put everything in the little container because they fill the container up. You can get, if you get 2 tacos, you can basically get 4 tacos out of it.
Oh, man.
So I don't do that, but what I do, one of the things my go-to move is I want half chicken, half steak.
That's good. I love that at Moe's.
Because you get more meat. Because they don't know how to measure out the spoon thing. It's like they're confused when you say I want half of this and half of that. So they basically just take a spoon of the steak and a spoon of the chicken. Although I haven't done that in a long time.
This is basically like a Chipotle, not a Mexican food.
Okay, so last one: hard or soft tacos.
It's not a Chipotle one.
Oh, they do hard and soft tacos.
I think I've gotten tacos once in my life at Chipotle.
Yeah, I've never had them, but I know they do them.
If I'm making tacos at home, ew.
Yeah, I'm bleeding all over the place over
here. I'm doing corn soft tacos at home.
Okay, you like the corn tortilla?
I love corn tortillas. I like putting them in the pan. Until recently, I've been doing the American tacos at home, where you put the freaking box crap in the packet.
Yeah.
But it's mainly been because of efficiency with Rona and being busy. But I usually I like to go all out and make street tacos at home, shrimp, fish, or carne asada.
You're making me hungry for Mexican
we should
food.
do tacos. We haven't done hot dogs in a while either.
I would go. No, what did you answer? Soft tacos? The corn soft, right?
Corn soft.
Yeah.
I even have little taco holders now. Got for my birthday.
You got little taco holders?
Oh yeah.
Let me see them. Go hold your hands up.
Oh no, the little ones. You put them on your.
Like a little triangle tray. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I would definitely go soft tacos, the hard tacos, but I'm of the age that when I was growing up and I was, in my single digits to my early double digits, and that was the age where when you had tacos, your mom had to fry them in the pan, and then you had to roll them up with all the grease on them and stick a toothpick through them and all kind of crazy stuff. There was none of this stuff where you could just go and buy a taco. And it was a whole different world way back. So, but I would definitely go soft tacos. But I am a flour guy. Flour power.
I got flowers in there for tomorrow night. Taco Wednesday for us.
I don't know why that is. The corn just seems gritty and tough to me.
I think you have to have a hankering for the corn.
And I would have a real hard time getting these teeth through something gritty and tough right now.
Well, I think if you heat up, because I put the corn in a pan,
I've stopped bleeding, so just so
good.
You know. Okay.
You can get whatever all over my house. Get my clean lady in here, which is me. I do. What's really good is I just almost burning the hard shells. They get kind of brown,
so they're really, really crisp.
They just kind of have a different flavor when they get a little burnt.
Oh, we're going way off on food, but you know what I did before I left to come over here? I made the grilled cheese.
Oh, I love grilled cheese.
I made a grilled cheese, and here I have altered I think I may have reached perfection.
Oh yeah, I want to hear your recipe. So does everyone.
It's mayonnaise instead of butter on the outside of the bed.
I've been using mayonnaise instead of butter.
Yep.
On everything.
And then instead of the sliced cheese, sprinkly cheese. The sprinkly cheese, because inevitably what will happen is when you flip it, is some of that sprinkly cheese falls out of the edges, and then it gets crunchy, and it's all yeah. We need to stop.
You know what I learned about?
We should start a third podcast.
I got one last thing for that.
A bad food podcast.
So, sprinkly cheese instead of just sliced whatever. All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your mind.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so you do you put your first piece of bread down, get it all toasty. You put it down, you put your sprinkly cheese, and then you put your next piece of bread, let it get to a point where it's just starting to melt, so it's not going to come apart. Then you got your top piece, mayonnaise or buttered or whatever. Put some sprinkly cheese on that. Put a piece of foil over it. Let it melt a little bit, just so it's got some rigidity. Flip it. Let that cheese on the bottom repeat on the other side.
Oh,
you'll thank
dude,
me. That is.
brilliant.
Because you know how you like the cheese when it gets out of the...
Yeah.
Oh.
You could probably then take it and just put a little sprinkle of cheese on top of the other one.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then flip it again.
Cheese, bread, cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
And you get the crispiness, and it won't burn if you do it right.
Oh, I'm all over that.
But the foil helps.
Mid-temperature, yeah.
Yeah, the foil helps that first, the one you're about to flip, kind of just hold together, and if you do it right, and then you do it again and get it kind of melted.
Our grilled cheese game is on point. High five.
Oh.
Yeah.
I learned that off the YouTube years ago, multiple YouTubers.
Nice.
Anyway, this is now the food podcast. I do love to cook. I did a low country boil last night.
Did you really? Why don't you invite me to dinner?
Well, it was just for two. I needed to test it out. I'm going to do it for a bunch of people with crawfish,
just
too.
me and you. That's two.
I wouldn't do it here. Jess actually, she didn't really want it, and then she loved it. Anyway.
We're over our hour. But we went off on Mexican food. We just went crazy on Mexican food.
Well, hopefully everyone's eating now.
Do you have anything else to talk about before we shut this down?
No, I'll know when Marcus listens to this because he's going to call me about that salsa issue.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. This is a listener-supported podcast by some incredible people on Patreon or PayPal. Our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. No need to go searching anywhere in particular, because if you listen to podcasts, your podcast player of choice will have and feature Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. How can folks get in touch with us, Joey?
Old JC. Actually, we should actually have Wes call in or dub over this part.
Yeah,
or pull an old one.
I was going to do that this last week, but I got really busy with work.
It'll probably take us 2 more months to get a hold of him again.
Yeah.
Our website is graveltraveldirt.com, which is getting a lot of traffic because some bandwidth thing got broken the other day.
That's true.
So we're starting to see. Finally had more than like 2 visitors at once. But again, graveltraveldirt.com. It's going to be the new Mid-Atlantic gravel resource for everything.
Hey, can I raise my hand for a minute? I do have something I want to talk about.
It's your podcast.
Talking about the website. I'd love to get some feedback on how people would feel. I don't want to blather the website with advertising, but we do a lot of hard work, and it's hard to monetize these things. If we put a little Google ad on there, I'm just hoping it wouldn't. I'd love to hear from people whether that's something they would find intrusive or if they would kind of welcome it, because you don't have to click on it if you don't. It's not something that interests you.
I click on everything.
Well, I love you.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that with the database, if we could figure out a way to, because we are, as you said, I got the bandwidth allocation notification that a lot of people have been visiting the website, and I had to up the ante there on that game. So
yeah, we should. We need some Mid-Atlantic companies.
Yeah, but I don't want to. We could just do a Google ad. I don't want to.
Oh, Google ad. I was talking about throwing some ridge supply on there, maybe some cutaway.
Yeah, we could.
Brackish cycles.
I just don't want. That's now Missoula, Montana company, isn't it? I don't want to piss people off with advertising. And I don't, this is not our intent, but it does help to keep us kind of going when we monetize. So anyway, go ahead. Right back to you, Joe.
Will just asked for a half drive ratchet. A half inch, anyway, which I think is down in the boat. Our gram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. Our phone number, which we got a lovely voicemail today on, is 410-231-3850. And then we have a hashtag out there. Figure it out.
Figure it out. The letter can't throw it back. Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week, as it has been the last few weeks, right here in Joey's kitchen, over his kitchen table.
I almost blew up this last week.
Where there's always some lovely flowers on the table.
I always get my wife flowers.
So, thanks for riding along, everyone. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.